my loves, it's your girl Diamond. I'm back with my honor review of Put a Ring on It. So we're back. Kenneth is still pouting and upset that he doesn't feel appreciated in the relationship. Again, like I said to you, Kenneth, if you don't feel your worth is being appreciated, you don't feel all the work you have put to this relationship is not reciprocated, then go ahead, exit stage left. But you don't want to. You trying to say it's because you want to fix it, but what are you fixing? What issues have you resolved? I can't tell because I feel like you just want to make sure that she can't find nobody else or what that other person might get while being with her. You're getting the bulk of the deal with her. You're getting a place to stay. You're getting a beautiful woman. You're getting a really good lifestyle where you don't have to apply for yourself. So, Shorty just feels like whenever I am talking to him about what I expect or what I want, he thinks that, oh, I'm just sitting on the couch not doing nothing. That's not what I'm doing. I'm just talking about things that I'm pretty much getting fed up with. So the Dr. Nicole talks about the root of a relationship. That's where you guys start. Y'all talking about branches. Let's talk about the root, okay? So things are going to change. There will be no more first dates. We're getting to what the next final episode coming up, I guess. So no more first dates. They'll be continuing on with repeated dates. You can either see the person you're currently dating and bring somebody that you brought in before. To me, I feel like this is Dr. Nicole's way of finally, I'm at the end of my rope. You guys are not listening to any of the advice that I'm giving y'all. Y'all not taking this process seriously. Y'all playing on my advice. And I'm done with y'all. I'm ready for this shit to get over with. So, no more first dates for y'all. No more. Fonzo will go on another date with Tanisha. Shay had a genuine conversation with Asar before he went to hell. So, a second date. Charlie will go on a second date with Odell Beckham Jr.'s clone because she wants to talk to him. Meaning, she wants to hear confirmation about why did Otis feel like he could speak for Chris's personality or character that Charlie is weak. The bullshit decided to go on a second date with Sheree, who I completely forgot because it's been all about Milan the past couple of episodes. That was the first date that he went on the cake decorating date with because that was okay for him to bring back home a cake with flowers. So Kenneth will go on a second date with Maisha, which was the intern that worked with Shorty. Shorty hasn't had any other first dates other than Tavi, so that's when she'll be going on a date with. Kenneth is upset about it, but he said, listen, by all means, Shorty, go ahead, you hear me? So Kenneth and Shorty, they're at home, and I wrote that Kenneth is a conundrum because throughout this entire session, he was in his feelings about letting things slide, not letting things slide, all of putting his foot down. It's time for me to establish what I want, and what I want is respect for this relationship to work. So he wants to work out the issues, and she says everything that I say upsets you. But then I believe that he's getting loud, and she said I'm going to have to watch what I say. Sorry, y'all. Fumble my words, but while he wants to work out the issues, she said everything that I say upsets and triggers you. And I wrote, he's getting loud, and he says that you gon' watch your tone, you gon' watch how you talk to me, and when you come at me, I shut down. She said, I don't believe it's all on me. I believe there is a two-way street. And there is a two-way street. Why you want to throw it as if all Shorty does is come down and get what you don't bring to the table, which you don't. You come at her in a different way where she can even fold too. You come at her in a way where she cannot take back what she's already allowed. You feel like she can't take back what she have accepted. You make it seem as if you're making it complicated for Shorty to say anything at this point because you already know what you don't bring. You already know what you don't contribute. So you figure out a way for her to walk on eggshells into expressing how she feels. So arguing is a major part in their relationship. It's always about respect. So talking about the issues, say sometimes get in an argument where they can't hear each other, they put a pause and come back and revisit. And he said he has been coming on his own to revisit conversations. She said, you believe you've been fairly coming back to me on your own to initiate conversation that you asked to put on hold. He said, yeah. She said, I agree, because when y'all had that session at Dr. Nicole, when you held her phone for 24 hours, and when she found out that you took photos of her bank statements, she wanted you to delete it right in front of your phone, and you didn't do it. Y'all were going back and forth with why did he not delete those pictures on his phone? He said, don't worry about it, I'm going to do it. Okay, do it right now in front of me. And y'all took some time. And who approached the conversation? She did. You didn't come back and explain why you did what you did. She had to come to you. So to me, this is another conversation where he does want to take accountability. And he said, I don't have time to play the petty childish games. She said, that means you don't have time to partake in them, though? He said, I've said it 3 times. Let's move on. Let's move on. I'm trying to move forward. But you keep on bringing up the same stuff. I said it 3 times. And how she doesn't acknowledge what his worth is. I feel like what got resolved, though, Kenneth? What got resolved? Because I really don't remember getting resolved when you took her phone with 24 hours and took a picture of her bank statements. I don't know what the resolvement was when you followed her from her job to her new apartment. What was the resolve? I wrote, maybe this is a codependency thing that he really doesn't want to admit that he had, because he has a obsession with her. Because it's all about making sure how he can make the relationship work with her. What does he have to do to make this relationship work? I feel like maybe you need to work on yourself. Figure out what you need to work on first instead of figuring out what you can make it work with her. Work on it with yourself first. Put yourself in a situation, Kenneth. Think about what you need to work on. Because if you work on yourself, then you can figure out where you're coming from and then see where she's coming from. All you want to do is make it where you are acceptable as yourself for her. Can you be acceptable for yourself or be acceptable for somebody who can't appreciate you? And he asked her that, and she said, I want you to stop lying and be consistent in how you feel. Don't give me a fake apology. Don't do it in a way you want to shut me up, where you can set me up to do the same shit again. I.e., give me all the smoke and mirrors, give me all the lovey-dovey, gooey love bubble moment, and I am going to be all over that moment to not pay attention to what you're going to do to mess me up again. I'm not going to pay attention to the signs. I'm not going to pay attention to the steps. I'm not going to pay attention to what you've been doing because I'm in this love bubble that you want me to stay in. So I'm not about to be a fake fantasy. I'm not about to put my mind in a state of happiness. I'm going to focus on what is real. And when Dr. Nicole said, am I ready to get married as is? No. I'm not committed to stay with you for 100 years when you're not giving me what I want. So, Fonzo, he's on the second day with Tanisha. They dress the same color. She came out in this sweater dress, cute dress, with these snake thigh-high boots. And she was ready for a date, okay? And she has been thinking about Fonzo. They have a good time. They click. So they're being flirty with one another. And he's flirting with her, but respecting the boundaries. And she wants him to let go while appreciate for respecting boundaries. But come on now, you got temptation right in front of you, just waiting for him to take it. I said, oh, wow. She is wanting for you to fuck up at this point. And she's willing to accept the consequences of what you will do. Because you'll say, I tried, but then she seduced me, you know. So he talks about learning things in the therapy session, getting some tips from Dr. Nicole, and she's buttering him up about how he's a good guy. Girl, you don't know him. How's he a good guy? Just at first glance? What is it? The smile? What is it? And while he is a good guy, she says, I mean, look at you. You are fighting the temptation that's right in front of your face. But we have fun. We have a good time. So she's already thinking that there's a third date coming up. And he gives him a pat on the back for resisting the temptation that was in front of him. He respected the boundaries and he thinks he's doing good. But he did let her know would there be a third date. Now, while when he said he was a great guy, he said that Shay don't listen. It's because Shay knows your ways. In ways where you don't want it to rock the boat. Because, come on now. I want it to be understood with you thinking you're a great guy, but yet you did not find ways to form a line of communication or a line of understanding for the baby mama that you took on a vacation with, or where you lying with Shay. Okay. So Kenneth goes on his second date with Maisha. He downplayed the first date, but he had a really good time. He just didn't want to take away Shorty's feelings. But lately, him and Shorty's been going at it, so basically he's saying, I'm going to say, fuck it, let me enjoy myself for real. So he was definitely blushing throughout this date. You know, he talks about how she makes him smile by seeing her. Her hair is pretty. She's been thinking about Kenneth and what he's been up to because he's a good guy as well. But she was surprised to receive a second date because she do know his girlfriend and that there would have been a conflict of interest. So he's enjoying himself. Had to change locations. But basically, he wants to enjoy the date. And of course, Maisha felt a little bit weird by receiving one because she do know his girlfriend. Which I kind of believe that this is why Kenneth wanted to have another date. even though this is someone that I do believe he's attracted to, but he really is thinking about it as a petty game to get back at Shorty. So he's really enjoying himself, and she has good energy, a beautiful smile. She gives you full eye contact, and in his words, she got the juice to seduce. So he opens up about the worst thing that happened to him, which was when he transitioned from Louisiana to Atlanta when he was in high school, because his mom had better opportunities for work. And when he thought it wasn't the best decision, it ended up being the best decision, because it landed him in more opportunities, more things to look in, more interest. So she got all eyes for Kenneth. You know what I'm saying? The chemistry is there. She can't say enough. They have the same type of conversations, and she can't wait to see what's in store with him. So he's really happy. He's enjoying himself on the date. Um, it brought him to a place that he never thought he would be, especially with his relationship. Because if I stay in a relationship to be content and I'm not happy, then that's not good. So it opened my eyes to see what else could be out there for me, and I can't wait to embrace it. I say you should have been embracing it from the beginning. That's what the whole thing was about, and that's all Shorty's been trying to say in her own words. Please embrace this process so you can find somebody else to bug and not me. So he enjoyed himself and the vibe that they got going on. Otis. Otis goes on a date with Sheree, and y'all, to be honest, I didn't feel nothing. It was boring. It was boring to watch on this date, and I don't see any sense of nothing there, because the first date that he was on, he didn't give it a fair share, and she thought that their conversations were surface level. So she wants to start off with more deep conversations. So while they go wine tasting, she wanted to know, excuse me, she wanted to know, what do you like to do for fun? He said he likes to travel. Okay, give me a top place that you like to travel. He said Monaco. All right, cool. And he has family in Atlanta. But throughout this date, I saw nothing. I felt nothing. It was boring. Charlie. Charlie met with Odell Beckham, the clone. And of course, he's nice, he's fun, but she wants to clear up the confusion about the comment that Otis made about her being weak. So he wasn't surprised about going on another date because he likes her. The first date went good. They have a lot of interest. He wants to open up with more deep conversations. So, wanted to know where her head was at when I last saw you. What does your family think about you being a part of this process? She said they thought I was crazy. Did they think you're going to go through with it? No, but we're going through it. So obviously, she's trying to get in his mind because he's a very handsome man. Thinks that, is it hard for him to get women? Do women always flock to him? Is it easy for you? So from that point on, it's just like, okay, what do you want him to say? You want him to say something. What is it? What do you want him to say? And obviously, he does get bad boy energy. He does. Because he definitely gives me a type of, it's not hard. He could say hi to a girl and he's already getting the draws. You know what I'm saying? But she wants to know, what is it about him? You know what I'm saying? She has her guard up, but she wants to be honest with him about, his mind. He said, what do you want out of me in order for me to tell you what I think? What do you want? So back to his date. The girl wants to know what's going on in his relationship. Do the girl find an issue with you going out on dates? He said no. Do you have a problem with her going out on dates? He said no. Really, you don't get all upset? As long as the guys treat her with respect, that's all I want. Okay, Otis, you keep saying that. But yet when she gets it and she brings home something, you go crazy. You told her she couldn't eat because she received flowers and gave a hug. You had an issue with that. You punished her for that. So while getting respect at the date, you wanted her to be completely closed off from the date? I don't know, Otis. I can't tell because you want to make it seem as if you are such a good guy, but I can't see it. So basically, this date. Otis's date with Sheree wasn't hitting nothing. He looked bored. He wasn't even drinking the wine as a taste. He was drinking just to drink and look for a waiter. A bore. So next we're talking about the comment that Otis said about her being weak. He said, of course he would say that. He don't know me. Of course he'll say something negative about me so you wouldn't go on another date. That was it. So she loved the answer that he gave. Because it's the truth. He don't know me. He don't know the type of man that I am for me to say, oh, she weak because she want to go out with me. She weak because she want another date. She could be just liking me one more of an interest. And of course she said, I don't need a man to tell me that I'm not weak. I know what I am. Okay? And blah, blah, blah. Where am I at? Oh, yeah. So he said, if I thought you was weak, I wouldn't have been attracted to you. I wouldn't talk to you. But I do like you. I do see an attraction there. And the fact you do have a boyfriend you're working things out with, I'm letting you know where I stand. And once you get out of that situation, you know you can reach me. Call me, beat me if you want to reach me. So even though she had reservations on this date, he did redeem himself. And there is another date coming up. Wait till we get to the end of this conversation because she was right. So Shorty, she's on another date with Tavi. And basically this is the fourth date. It's kind of like where are we now type of dates, you know? And she's learned that she demands respect, but she hasn't been giving the same to Kenneth. So in this process, she's leveled up. She wants to level up more, and her desire to control people based off of her expectations isn't working. So she needs to just allow people to be who they want to be and gravitate towards them. And instead of trying to pick a person that has the potential to be what she wants them to be and mold them to fit her idea. So it's all about how long can you wait? It's been 3 years. How long are you planning on putting the time in? And she said, listen, that's the question. There is no exact time. But if we're both willing to put in the work, then I know where it could be. And of course, Tommy wants to know where does he fit in all this. They've been on multiple dates lately, and they have a connection. But where does that leave him? So she wants to continue the process of fixing a relationship with Kenneth. And in the end, she's going to choose herself after all of this. Wow, all the necessary changes that I've made, all the work that I put in to fix my relationship, if it doesn't work, I at least have to realize that I have put a lot of learning towards myself. And Tavi understood because at the end of it, while he do see an interest, he do see them connecting, the fact that she made a decision to choose herself, he's happy for her. So he was a little down, but she made a decision. You can't be mad at that, right? So Shay meets up with her date with Asar, which I never thought he would say yes to. But when I saw him walking, and instantly I thought he ran to give her a hug because that was like a wanting hug. Oh my God, I cannot believe how much I missed you hug. It wasn't, oh, who the bitch is? This one that was going crazy in the restaurant. He didn't look at her as a stranger to me. And of course, she talked about, I never thought he would say yes. I thought he thought this bitch was crazy. But they go to a candle making class, and she apologized for her actions. She wished she could have handled it differently. And she also thanks him for trying to control the situation and keep her calm at the same time. He said, listen, I don't know if it was you, the food, or the Casamigos, because you were going all out of the way. You were going crazy. And he had never had a date that ended that way. He accepted her apology. And then they all just vibing over a candle smell. And he said lavender. Why? Because of my color? No, because lavender keeps you calm, and we need you to be calm, okay? She said rose oil. They have a really good chemistry. They're really laughing. They're vibing. And he wants to know, what is it going to take for you to leave your man? What's up? Come on with the Gwinnett team. Come over here with the new man. What's up? She said, well, I am not happy in my relationship. I am moving forward with things, but I'm not really happy in how things are going. I'm not really compromised on certain things. And this is when she had a moment of clarity. It's not about Alfonso anymore. It's about what she wants and what she deserves. And if my relationship don't work out, yeah, my next relationship will be getting a jewel. And Asar wants that jewel to be with him. But if she's not ready to entertain anybody at the moment, she's going to focus on loving herself more. Which should have been the case in the beginning, Shay. You should have been loving on yourself more the entire time, because I don't know why you would want to settle with a man who laughs at you when you are feeling serious, who laughs at you when you're getting your emotions, who doesn't take you seriously, who doesn't take what you want seriously. And while Asar is a likable person, she can't see him as a better partner for her. But basically, that was pretty much what the date was. And I think that Asar was really laying it in a way where she was laughing and smiling. And she felt like, you know what I'm saying? He really is putting in his bid, and I'm not going to lie. But I want to see whether the relationship could be completely fixed or not. But she's already given that disclaimer. If it doesn't work, I'm going to focus on myself. So we get to the session. Alfonso, his day was cool. He learned about finding temptation. And she said, oh, wow. I'm proud of him because she's a very pretty girl. So excited about her date as well. He's a really good guy. He has the potential to be a good guy for someone. But if her and Alfonso don't work out, she'll really be focusing on herself more. She's not going to be interested into jumping in a relationship with somebody, because all that could be is a moment. And after that, I want to determine what I want in the end. So, of course, while her and Alfonso are connecting more, the communication is still an obstacle, because he needs to have a conversation with his family, especially with his baby mama. Where do y'all lie? A conversation that he should have had when they broke up, really broke up, not leave a gray area where he can dip in and dab, or the expectation that his family had for him would say, oh, he's going to be okay. He's just going to sow his wild oats for a second. He'll be right back where he was. It's okay. But that still left the baby mama in a gray area of waiting, where while her life is pretty much being at a standstill for a man who will never come and be the man that he wanted her to be, that she wants him to be. But like she said, if he doesn't fix that communication, then they're not ready for marriage. So Shorty talks about her date with Tavi, and that they've been on a lot of dates and they've had a good time. But she told him she's going to work on her relationship with Kenneth. I have to see if we gave it our best. And I'm not ready to give up until we both try. So Ken talks about his day with Maisha. He definitely downplayed it, and he did not want the girl to feel away. His girl to feel away, expressing another interest in a female. But he went on and on about how the girl was so nice to him. It wasn't fake. It was a good time. Really kissing this girl's ass. He was the bee's knees. You know what I'm saying? She was the best girl I ever went on a date with. And, of course, this is the first time that Ken has ever expressed this much about a girl on a date. And Shorty was like, wow, as if I'm not right here. You're brown-nosing the fuck out this girl. Like, I'm not right here next to you. So, basically, to me, I was like, yeah, Kenneth, you definitely showing your petty side. Now, a part of me was like, why is Shorty even feeling away when she has been saying in her own words, good, find somebody. Please find somebody. You know what I'm saying? So, the fact that he has said all of this in the way that he said it to get a reaction out of Shorty, he got it. So, which what I figured, and he even said it. So I figured at the same time that he said it. He wanted to say all that to purposely hurt her. Because in his mind, he wasn't even in a relationship. That he had to be present in the moment to be with Maisha. I said, oh, wow. So, did you really have a good time with Maisha? Or were you faking to play it off to Short that you had a good time? That's what I want to know, because if you did all that, then you fucked up this girl's brain as well, because she actually likes your ass. I feel like Maisha really likes him. The fact that he wanted to pretend, if he pretended, or if he's downplaying again, I have no idea. But the fact that he did all of that just to get a rise out of Shorty is not cool at all. And he said if anything else, gonna blame on the alcohol. But he had a good time. And she said, if you want to pretend you want in a relationship to have a good time with this person, keep on pretending. You might not find one. So even though Shorty has opened up about the process, has opened up about what she learned, and the last date that she was on, she felt like she was cheating on Kenneth because she had a good time with Tavi. But she told him, no, I want to focus on our relationship. We need to stop while we're here. So I think there might be a sliver the size of a mustard seed that can be resolved. You know what I'm saying? So the difference between the two of them was the girl was nice to him. The girl was what he wanted to be around. She made him feel good. It wasn't fake. He didn't feel defeated. He didn't feel like his appreciation wasn't mentioned right. Or the whole thing about him not feeling appreciated. But I don't like the fact that he's making sure he has to be this abusive woman who just rages and yells at him for no reason. To me, I feel like Shorty is doing both. she's kicking herself for allowing this relationship to stay where it's at and what she did not receive until later. And also, what Kenneth had failed to bring his representative to the table. You showed all your cards in the beginning, and I've accepted it, thinking that you're going to keep on elevating and moving up, but you didn't. So the fact that I accepted where you at, because I saw potential in you, you led me to believe that that's pretty much what could be built up to, but it didn't. You just showed me what it was, and that was it. And I was just swooned. I took it, and I just think that that's all it was going to be. So I'm kicking myself for allowing it to get this far. And I'm kicking myself and you for allowing it to, like, literally, I have literally showcased potential in a man that has no drive and no will to benefit himself. And I've allowed it over and over again. I've allowed for him to come back to my life when I left him. I allowed for him to overlook the things that he wanted to bring to the table. I've allowed it. So he talks about being happy, that he was honest about having a good time. And she said that's the first time he's ever been honest about anything. And that's what I wanted, for us to be honest with one another. So Otis, the date was fine. He said that, he did not give the date the full attention because he wasn't really comfortable yet. But it was a fresh moment. He didn't have a chance to put his wall up. And he was opening up. That date was a bore. I felt nothing. I really felt like all Otis said was nothing but fluff. It was nothing but fluff, because I do believe that all Otis did bet on was his good looks, his height, and that's it. The whole actually engaging in a conversation was nothing but lies, because he don't know how. The girl pretty much held the conversation majority of the day. She was asking him, what do you do for fun? You have family here. What is your top places of going? Where do you like to travel? He did not ask her any questions at all. And I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all. Taking a break from all of that. But that was basically it for them. Well, where was I at? So, yeah. Charlie, her day was good. Talks about how the Odell Beckham Jr. clone, he's a very laid back man, really cool, really attractive, sure about himself. And he confirmed that he did not believe that she was weak. And he likes her for herself. So that was pretty much, the fun thing. Did I say what Shay said? Did I? Can't remember. Oh, right, I did. I meant to say when Shay talked about wanting to pretty much put a disclaimer, if her and Fonzo don't work out, she can't find her own herself. I said that's growth. But after that, since there will be no more dates. Oh my God. But basically, that was pretty much the end of it. He told her that she was a dope sister. I'm from a lower place because I got a lot around me. But basically, I just said in my head that was growth. That Shay felt like, you know what? If me and him don't work out, I'm going to focus on me. But that's where it's going to be. So this is when they had the option to continue on with their dates or say no more. You want to work on your relationship. Fonzo and Shay, no more dates. She had to say that Asara is an amazing guy, but no third date. Kenneth, no third date. Shorty, no third date. Charlie said she would like a closure date with Odell Beckham Jr. clone. And Otis said, what you need a closure date with him for? Why can't you just move on and get back to us? I said, I don't know, Otis. It shocked me that she said she wanted another date. I wonder why she wants another date. Does she want to get back? Or does she enjoy a different side? I mean, she knows what he gives. I don't know. What is it about Chris that Charlie is swooned over? Because we already know what he gives. We know what he brings. But And Otis decides to be petty just like her and said that Sheree would get a third date. What the hell's gonna happen in this date? I have no idea. But as you guys can hear, my daughter's getting really upset. But that's what you guys all I have. Please stay tuned for my next video, and I'm gonna see you guys later. Bye.